You're now watching a clip from the Inspired by show. You can watch the full episode on our YouTube channel or listen on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So make sure to head over there, leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed it, and follow the show.
What do you think is the connection between success when, with people that do have those upbringings that their parents are getting them into this quite young? Do you think that sets them up for success? Is that a big driver?
If I'm being honest, no. I don't think it sets someone up for success. I think it can set someone up for success. I think that I also think that people who have had really difficult upbringings, I think they also, sometimes you hear those people say like it really was the driver for me to kind of get out there and like make sure that I didn't put my own kids in that situation, or so no, I know plenty of people who've had entrepreneurial parents who have not gone on to do their own thing at all. So I just think it's different for everyone. And I think so many different things influence us. And so that's a really, I think it helped me, but I think that it doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't necessarily shape someone to become successful.
Yeah. I think that's quite reassuring, because I like for me, and my parents, I mean, I love my parents to pieces. If they're listening to this, they're definitely not entrepreneurial either way, shape or form. And a lot of the time I say, I do something, Carrie, and they're like, are you sure this is good? It's not safe. When are you going to get a real job? All the stuff that we hear. And I think it is reassuring to know that you don't have to have that great upbringing necessarily to have that success.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen so many people who've had all sorts of, from all different walks of life, all different upbringings. So I absolutely do not think that you need to have been in that environment to be able to really build a successful business. Because I think so often there's, people think that people like me can't build businesses. And so I think, which I just don't think that's true either. But I think for those, if any of those people were listening to listen and think, oh, well, you need to have grown up with this, you need to grown up with this, you need to grown up with this to be able to make it as a business owner, like it just isn't true.
So anyone listening, there's still hope for us all.
Yeah, there's hope for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. And Carrie, you mentioned there your dad and the impact he's had. What sort of things did you start doing at a young age to help with these sort of beliefs and really encouraging you to work on yourself?
I mean, so when I was, I think probably about 10, he took me and my sister and brothers to this weekend retreat thingy where we stayed there, and we learned all about the power of the mind, about positive thinking. We learned about visualization. We came home with this little cassette tape of this visualization called The House on the Right Bank, where you could literally, it was like this house you created in your mind, and you could go in, and there was a shower in there where you could like shower in like a golden light and see all the negative energy going down the drain. There was what they called the editing suite, which is where you could look and see like a movie screen of your future. And so I think being so young and having that visualization and listening to that at nighttime was really powerful. And then he was forever, well, he still is, always saying, decide what you want, write it down. And so as a teenager, I created a goal folder, and I put in things of, the car I wanted to drive when I was older. I put in pictures of like the kind of house that I wanted to live in, I wanted to build my own house, and I put all these different designs in there. I got a bank statement and added like loads of zeros to the end and put that in there. And I was still in school at the time, and so I took a grade card and I changed all the grades to A's, and had a bottle of perfume in the back of the folder of how I wanted my life to smell when I was successful. And so I think through him kind of encouraging me to write things down and to dream and to do that, like it helped me to kind of start to get clear on what I wanted. And I remember as a teenager, he bought me books on cosmic ordering. He bought me all sorts of different books, and some of them I never read. I remember once he tried to sit me in front of the TV and watch Jim Rohn. I was like, Dad, who is this old man? Like, no. And I remember he also bought me the CDs for Ask and It's Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And so he bought me a lot of that stuff. And he's also, like, we used to go a lot around to like, when there's different like shows on for personal development, or he loves spiritual stuff as well, so we would always go to like different spiritual things together, and that really, really helped me a lot. But I think as a teenager, so many, when your parents tell you to do things or whatever, sometimes it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. So there were bits of what he said that I took action on, like the goal folder, and then other bits that kind of I forgot over time. And I remember in my 20s really kind of spiraling into a bit of a hole after university. I kind of went through the whole quarter life crisis thing that I think everyone goes through, and feeling like, yes, I had a business, but it was phone unlocking and I didn't love it, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do in my life, and I felt really isolated, and I just felt really, really, really lost. And I remember feeling like so anxious. I started getting heart palpitations, and it really was over a good few years that I felt like I was spiraling. And then that's when I started to like really revisit a lot of the stuff that he shared with me. And I remember he sent me on like this NLP program, which was really helpful, and started to really get back into the kind of personal development work again, because I just thought like I either keep spiraling or I do something about this and I get myself back on track. So I feel like what he shared growing up has been really, really helpful. Though easy, I did forget all about it for a time, and then I really had to come back to working on myself so intentionally to help me to move into a new direction, because I was just kind of spiraling and felt really, really, really low. So I'm so grateful though for all the things that he shared with me, and I've still got that goal folder somewhere to this day. It's around somewhere, and it's really cool to look at and see all the things I wrote down, and like how many of them have actually come true is crazy. So wow. Yeah.